Hey Paul, how you doing? This is David from DS Home Realty. We spoke on the phone a few months ago regarding your property over there in Medina. Did I happen to catch you at a good time?
Pardon?
Did I happen to
Yeah,
catch you at a good
it's all
time?
right. It's all right.
Perfect, perfect. Hey, I don't
And
know.
what was about the property address in Medina?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I don't know if you remember our last conversation that we had. We spoke on the phone a few months back. I'm just looking at some of my notes right here. It looks like you have two properties. I believe you said you on the last call you said you currently live in Bay Village, and then you have this other
Yes.
one in Medina. I believe your girlfriend currently lives over there. Is that correct?
Same situation. Yes.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, from our last call, I know that you said you were maybe, kind of thinking, debating on possibly selling it maybe sometime in the spring. But of course, I just wanted to follow up, just kind of stay in touch to see, if your interest has changed or if your timeline has changed and kind of, where you're at, with possibly selling this property.
Which property?
Oh, the one over in Medina?
Oh, okay.
Is that something you're still interested in doing or?
Well, I have two homes. I don't want to keep two homes because of the double taxes, etc.
Right, right. Yeah, I live in Medina too, so the taxes over here are pretty high. So especially if you have two payments, I can see how that can be something that you want to get rid of.
Yeah, probably not. Probably the Bay properties are
Right,
more expensive in taxes.
right, right. So one of the reasons why I wanted to call is I'm actually a licensed realtor in Ohio as well. So I'm not sure if you worked with a real estate agent in the past. But whenever you are looking to possibly sell this property, I would love to at least, maybe have a conversation with you in person just to kind of give you a little bit of idea of what I believe your house is worth and kind of what my strategy would be, to list your property on the MLS to get it sold. I mean, would that be something that you would be interested in, or do you currently have a real estate agent that you work with in the area?
No, I don't have any realtor that I work with
Hmm.
because most of the properties are going rather quickly,
Yeah, yeah. The market.
and there's fewer properties listed as well.
Right, right. Yeah, the market. It's been kind of a little weird lately, just because of some of the interest rates rising. A
Uh-huh.
few months ago, you can get an interest rate at like 3%, and now you're seeing them, high sixes. I actually just got off the phone this morning with a mortgage broker, and he said like their current rates are like 6.5%. So, um,
Uh,
some seller or some buyers are kind of scared about that, but at the same time, like I'm looking at the market every day, and houses are still selling, especially in Medina. Properties go on the market all the time. The last time we spoke, you kind of had a time frame of possibly selling this property. I mean, what's kind of that time frame look like right now? Is this something that you are planning on selling relatively soon, or what do
well,
you have in mind?
well, uh, actually, I'm thinking more about selling the Bay property.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then were you planning on just moving into the Medina one?
Yes, my girlfriend lives here right now. I'm talking from Medina now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So would you just move into Medina then with her?
Yeah, that would be the idea. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, how soon would you want to sell the Bay property?
Well, right now, I have no timeline. I was thinking of trying to sell it in the spring,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it's almost spring, I guess.
Right. I mean, I would love to. I mean, so properties get sold in the spring, but I'm seeing, even in the wintertime, properties still go up. I mean, would you even consider possibly listing it before the spring if that was something, if we met and I kind of talked to what you could probably get for it? Would that be something that you would be interested in doing?
Well, you said listing it. I don't know that I'm going to list it on the open market. Maybe just trying to sell it myself.
Hmm. Yeah.
I had another property in Michigan, which I guess you would say traded it for the Medina.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Not
Um,
not house for house, but you know, one for the other.
what I mean, if you don't mind me asking, why would you? Is there a reason why you wouldn't want to list it on the MLS on the market?
Oh, probably because I would make more money.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's a good reason.
Right. Right. Absolutely. That's a great reason. And the funny thing is I work with a lot of people in the area, and some people want to do like they want to just try to maybe sell it for sale by owner. And if
Yes.
that's the case, so be it. Like go for it. But something that I've noticed is that sometimes people that do it for sale by owner, they don't get as much eyeballs on the property just because it's not on the MLS where a lot of people, maybe buyers agents would show their clients. So even though you have to maybe pay a little bit of commission to sell it on the MLS, you at the end of the day, the money in your pocket could potentially be a little bit more. So
What would just out of curiosity, what would the if you sold it on the market, what would be the commission?
that's pretty all negotiable. So whenever I go into a listing agreement with a client, typically the industry standard is about 6%. And that would be for myself and also the agent that brings the buyer. So that'd be all the money that would come out
Maybe
of your
six
pocket.
percent for both agents. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be like three each or whatever that
Yeah.
works out to be. So really, it's not too bad. I mean, let's just say, for example, you sell your house for 250,000, give or take. You would just pay 6% on that. And like I said, that's all negotiable. So like once we, hopefully meet in person, I can kind of give you a better idea of what houses are selling for in your area and what I believe we can get for your property on the market. And then I can, do the math and figure out what you would kind of be left with at the end of the day once the property's sold, once the commissions are paid. So, I
Yeah.
mean, would that be something that you'd be interested in? I live in Medina, so I can meet you in Medina, like, this weekend or maybe even sometime next week, whenever, best fits your schedule, just to kind of sit down and talk to you and kind of give you a little short presentation of what I see houses are selling for in the area. And then, at the end of the
Well,
present.
my Bay Village home is unique.
Mm-hmm.
It's been architecturally designed.
Right.
Oh, I guess every house has to have an architect, but
Yeah, every house is a little different, but Bay Village is definitely a beautiful area, so um,
yeah, I've lived there for a good number of years.
mhm.
Probably about 70 years.
70 years. Wow, that's crazy. Have you been in Ohio pretty much your whole life?
Uh, well, no, yes, in Ohio, that's true.
Yeah,
I've my parents lived in Bay, and
gotcha.
I've lived there too.
Yeah, yeah. I've grew up in Northeast Ohio my whole life. I love it here, even though the weather's changing and you kind of get the winter seasons and all that kind of stuff, and that can drag out for a while. I feel like it's always gonna have a special place in my heart, wherever I
Well,
end up moving to in the future.
it is centrally located, and
Hmm.
if you do any traveling, it's again close to international airports, and
Hmm.
so anyway, I recently I haven't been getting a whole lot of thought, but I don't know about this week or even next.
Hmm.
I'm looking for a piece of paper to write your phone and name down.
Yeah, I sent you a text message too the other day, so I know you have my phone number, and I think you replied. Um, but yeah, if you have a pen and paper in front of you, I can give you my information.
That's what I'm looking for, a piece of paper, right? Excuse me.
Sure.
Just a second. Hang on. Good.
So let me know when you're ready.
I will. All right, I have paper now on which to write. Okay.
Alrighty, my name's David. That's just David.
Wait a second. Yeah. Last name.
Delahunty, D as in Delta, Delahunty.
UNGY.
Yep, Delahunty.
Okay.
And then my phone number is
Okay.
and then Paul, do you have an email that you use, or do you strictly just use your phone?
I have email.
You want to give me that email address, and then I can just send you an email as well, just so you have some of my information after the call.
Sure. W.
AOL.com. So I got
Yes.
very good. So Paul, I would really love to kind of just meet with you in person, face to face, just so we can kind of go over some of this stuff a little bit more. I mean, I know you said maybe this weekend wouldn't work or next week. When do you would that be something you would be interested in at least sitting down and talking with me and just kind of getting maybe a game plan together?
Yeah, depending on how long it's going to take.
Oh, take 30, 15, 30 minutes, however long you want.
Okay. Yeah, well, let me check my calendar and get back to you.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, check.
I hadn't. Well, in the back of my mind, I had the idea of maybe trying to make an effort in the spring. So.
Yeah, yeah, and it's no pressure meeting. At the end of the meeting, at the end of the day, if you don't want to work with me, that's totally fine. And maybe you can at least get some information as to what you can list their property for. And I'm just trying to help you any way I can.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know what the prices are in
Right.
Medina, but I know certainly Bay Village, having lived there all my life.
Yeah. What's the just out of curiosity? What's the address over there in Bay? Joe?
Yeah.
I'll yeah, I'll look at that a little bit, and whenever we meet, I can give you kind of a market analysis report of some of the similar homes that are selling in the area and what prices they're selling for. But Paul, I'm gonna stay in touch with you. I know I sent you a text the other day. So would that be probably a good way to stay in touch? Text and email.
No, I don't really. I don't even really use text.
Hmm. So when would be a good time for me to follow up? Maybe set up a meeting. I know.
Maybe a month from now.
Gotcha. I know you said you had to check your calendar. Um, so
Maybe after the holidays would be better.
maybe in the start of the new year.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, we can maybe follow up in the new year and just kind of see where you're at. Um, and then we can go from there. But I'll just kind of stay in touch with you. And then if you have any questions, you can let me know. And I'll send you a text after this call, Paul. And then you can save my number in your phone.
Send it as an email, not as a text.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Very good, Paul. Well, I appreciate your time, and I hope to talk to you soon. And if I don't talk to you by next week, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Paul. Bye. Thanks. Bye.